Today is writing day. So this is where we take our plan and we get something written in a first draft form. I'm going to work with year 5 tasks today, looking at the plan that we came up with together, and I am going to write the introduction and the first paragraph, and then I will do a separate video showing you how to do the conclusion. So for both year 5 and year 6, this is the year 6 one, I have drafted an introduction. Year 6, this is what we did in our short burst. You may notice I have changed sticky for viscous, which sounds much more technical, much better than sticky, after having a look in the thesaurus, although I'm sure that some of you will come back at me with some even better ones. So I'm just going to put that to one side for the moment, because we're going to work on the year 5 one today. So year 5 introduction, you haven't written yet, but you'll see that my introduction is only 2 sentences long. I've chosen to double space because then when it comes to purple penning, the next stage tomorrow, it's much easier to add and change things around. But you may decide that actually you're happy with single spacing. At this point, you may have decided that you are ready to type. It's entirely up to you how you do this at this stage. So we have written our opening paragraph, and so now we're going to write our appearance section as I said in my plan. So we're going to look at the plan, find the appearance section and use that information to write our paragraph. Subheading, I'm going to make it really easy. I'm just going to put appearance. You may decide to put where does the Gatodon live. You may decide to use question style subheadings. That's absolutely fine as well. Just get my ruler so that I can underline that one neatly. Ruler and pencil, just like I insist on in school. There we go. So now I need to go into a little bit more detail about the appearance of our Gatodon. So if you remember, here's our picture, and I've got the information in my planning, and so I am going to say, I'm going to use an ED sentence to start with. So I've got my subordinate clause shaped like a giant feathered vulture, comma, here's my main clause. The Gatodon commands, and look, I've forgotten to double space already, respect from others with its main like crest of red and green wool. We said wool, didn't we, rather than feathers. Now that's quite a long sentence, but it's got a lot of detail in it. So we've got the shape of it, we've got this simile comparing it to a vulture, we've got the idea that it is very respected. Sorry, that's not very clear, is it? That's with there. And then we've got its crest. Sorry, Year 5, I forgot to mention about the introduction here. So it's just 2 sentences. What it is, remember we looked at the Tongo lizard, it defines what it is, and then just like we put in the plan with qualities of bird, beast and reptile, it is a formidable, meaning quite intimidating, quite scary, remember, predator. Okay, anyway, let's go back to our appearance section. Let's read each sentence back as we write it just to check we're happy with it. Shaped like a giant feathered vulture, the Gatodon commands respect from others with its mane-like crest of red and green wool. It's, there's that third person, reptilian, like a reptile, reptilian, alligator head, features a vice-like crushing jaw, and what else have I got on my plan? And an eye of pure gold. Golden feathers cover this. Now, what you might find when you start writing a non-chronological report, and this is very appropriate for both year 5 and 6, is that you start saying the Gatodon, the Gatodon, the Gatodon, it, or the Snaret, it, the Snaret, it. And it can sound quite repetitive. You can end up with those same boring subject-verb sentences, same nouns all the time. So try to think of ways to vary it. So instead of saying golden feathers cover the Gatodon's back, I'm going to put golden feathers cover this imposing so again suggesting its stature, suggesting that it's quite intimidating, that it has quite a presence, this imposing beast's body. So it wouldn't hurt before you start writing, or when you get to that point where you're thinking, hold on, I keep repeating the same words over and over again, to just jot down somewhere the different things that you could refer to it as: a beast, a creature, a phenomenon, a hybrid if you're doing the hybrid creature. So there probably are lots of different words that you can use, and again, you know, go to that trusty thesaurus if you're struggling with that. Golden feathers cover this imposing beast's body. In contrast, so linking these bits of the body together, in contrast with its scaly, comma, gnarled. What was that word I used when I was describing the beast? Oh, calloused. Scaly, gnarled. Do I write gnarled or do I write calloused best? I don't really want 3 adjectives there. And I think scaly needs to stay. I'll keep it with gnarled, I think. Head and tail. Now again, let's try and keep these sentence openers varied. So rather than going straight into the Gatodon again, I'm going to say, I need to talk about its talons, don't I? With venomous talons. Let's give an idea of size. The size of carving knives, and I can drop that detail in like that using that parenthesis. It is able, what did I do there? Ah! It is, can you still see? Yeah, able to slice flesh into shreds in an instant. With venomous talons the size of carving knives, it is able to slice flesh into shreds in an instant. I haven't really talked about the venom bit there. I've just talked about the sharpness. So it is able to sedate, and this is where this double spacing comes in really handy, its victims. Actually, let's just keep it singular. Its victim, comma, ready to slice flesh into shreds in an instant. Let me just read it through again just to check I'm happy with it. You should definitely be doing this up. Read again after every sentence, read again after every paragraph, read again at the end. Shaped like a giant feathered vulture. There we go, we need a comma in our list of adjectives. The Gatodon commands respect from others with its mane-like crest of red and green wool. Its reptilian alligator head features a vice-like crushing jaw and an eye of pure gold. Golden feathers cover this imposing beast's body, in contrast with its scaly, gnarled head and tail. With venomous talons the size of carving knives, it is able to sedate its victim, ready to slice flesh into shreds in an instant. A couple of things that sprang to mind as I was reading that. One is I'm going to cross out the word wool. Don't think we need it at that point. And wool sounds a bit woolly. I know it sounds weird saying that, but it sounds a bit kind of sheep-like, a bit tame for this creature. So I don't think we'll mention it there. And also, eye of pure gold, golden feathers cover this imposing beast's body. Its reptilian alligator head features a vice-like. How about we just swap those over so we haven't got gold followed straight away by golden. Features an eye of pure gold. I'll go first. And then okay, hopefully I will be able to make sense of that when it comes to the writing up stage. But sometimes that's why reading aloud is really useful, because sometimes you just realise, okay, those two bits don't quite go together in the way that I hoped. I'm going to let you pause now, write yours. My next video is going to be about writing your conclusion. You may not need the help with that, but if you do, then come along and watch.